Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the BradWOTO stream. But first, it's time for...
What's under the orange flannel?
I have a job.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Time for another fantastic edition of What is Under the Orange Flannel. Today. And it's Sunday, so I have no music queued up.
Let's see if you can guess what's under the orange flannel.
It's morphin' time.
What is that? Can you tell? What's under the orange flannel this Sunday? Brad's new sponsor, the Trump Skin Bronzer. I kind of unironically want to buy that stupid coin he's hawking. Pig Slammer, a badge from the dentist, a Cheetos bag flippo, a Space Marine Mini, a keychain, a little bit generic Shadow, but I'll let you off because you're my beloved. You're one of the only beloved trusted people. Or is it my stupid phone? My phone is breaking. And guess who doesn't have the money to replace it because of that stupid bill I got the other day? Thank you to the couple of people that donated over the weekend. Shazalenko showed up. It's Shazalenko's birthday. Happy birthday, Shaz. Thanks for the tax. And Glitchy Wheel had a birthday as well yesterday. Birthday tax. I love that you guys showed up even when I wasn't streaming and still felt guilty enough to pay the birthday tax. Honestly, the best thing I've ever come up with in my entire life is that you pay me on your birthday. And you guys do it. Yes. Genius shit right there. I am Donald Trump. Turns out I am Donald Trump. Alright, you think it's a baby bell under here. Too thin for a baby bell, baby. Too thin for a baby bell, baby. It is, in fact, the lens cap for my Sigma 35mm thing. Camera lens. Camera lens. Camera lens. Oh, it's warm in here today. I think I need this light on as well. It's dark, isn't it? Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. It is Sunday. It's time to play some D&D. Oh, maybe I can turn this thing. I can't open my window properly. I can open it like slightly. So my windows do that thing where they either open from the top, like that a little, or you can open them like a door. But because I've got the Chihuahua here, I'm a bit scared of opening them like wide. I don't think she would ever jump out, but anxiety disorder. So, hi everyone. It's that Sigma camera lens. Yeah, Gabe knows what it's all about. I literally will not purchase any other type of lens. It's funny because Sigma is also a big makeup brand, isn't it? I think. If memory serves, of being in a relationship with a makeup type. All those years. Which is hilarious because Sigma males and all of those toxic types. Chihuahua will find a way. Well, she's very chill. The Chihuahua is very chill. For a Chihuahua, you know, like Chihuahuas are insane. This one is very relaxed. I like Sylvia. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to write down. I remember what I wanted to write down now. Done. It is done. I was trying to get some music going for the town of Badgerbrook. It needs to be sort of slow and ambient and melancholic, doesn't it? It has to be the type. It's the type of town. I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, they've done it. Anyone else get visions of it happening in the head, or is it just me? Oh yeah, for sure. I hate it. My brain will play out the thing in its entirety. Now, Premiere has this amazing new device called Remix where you can just stretch a song to be 10 minutes long. And it's fucking useful. Can we see the Chihuahua? I considered showing the Chihuahua, but she's asleep. I feel really bad about waking her up because she's old. I know that she seems small and chill and whatever, but she's been quite sick this year. I don't know how old she is, but she's getting on. She's very she's all fucked up and stuff, and so I feel really bad about constantly disturbing her and winding her up. She just spends her time here. It's like a week off for her. She just gets a week of retirement time. If she wakes up, I'll grab her for you, Beth, and I'll show you, but I do feel bad. So she's a rescue. Her story is fucking awful. They forcibly bred her when she was very young, so she has lots of hernias and things. So with Merlin, I could just pick him up and fuck with him. He never slept or anything. He was just always awake and psychotic and anxious and just an absolute mess. But with so I could always just fuck with him. But he was also hardy as shit, you know. I could pick him up, I could throw him at a wall like Flubber, and he would just bounce off of it and be like, "Yeah, what? Do it again." Bang! Yeah, do it again. You know. But little Chihuahua. I just wanted to move over there because if she moved under, she wraps herself under blankets, and sometimes if I move around and she moves, I know she's awake under there, but she didn't move. So if she wakes up, I'll show you. I've been grabbing her when I can, so you can have a look. You can have a looky look. Her name is Demi, D-E-M-I, like Demi Moore, or the spell in Final Fantasy. I'm trying to make this song long. It's the most useful thing ever. Wait, what's this? Most useful shit ever, dude. Some of these AI tools are crazy. The remix tool. It's just so useful to be able to extend a song that you fucking banged out. Just be like, make this song 10 minutes long, and it does it just instantly. Now we have a theme of Badgerbrook. See how quickly that was? See how quickly that was? Do you see how quickly that was? I'm foreign, guys. You gotta understand something about me. My brain is so rotten that I don't even speak English anymore. Tell me, do you see how quickly that was? That was a real quickly. Having Brad's stream playing on a surgery monitor is hilarious to me. Right? Is that what you're doing? Dude. I mean, so getting fired. Scalpel, scalpel. Oxygen, oxygen. 5 gift subs to Brad. 5 gift subs. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, that's a cool little feature then, isn't it? Very good, very nice. Very good, very nice. Is there something on the side of my face? Guys, you gotta tell me when this happens. My skin is really dry because I've been having like hardcore allergic reactions. All week. The whole week has just been me having a horrendous allergic reaction. So it's like drying my skin out. The worst feeling. Absolutely fuck all I can do about it. It's that deep eczema style fucking dry out, so you can't, like, moisturizing does fuck all. You just have to wait for the allergic reaction to go down. Both of my eyes have been swelling up. I've got like little dry lip syndrome. I love my life. Dude, I love my life, dude. It's been really good lately. I'm so impressed I'm still here. Genuinely. Because it ain't worth it. There's nothing here. There's no reason for me to continue. I've got nothing at all. Nothing at all. It's awful. Brad, you just need to get all of us on camera. You'd see how perfect we all are. You can get. You don't. I don't need to tell you what to do. You can put yourself on camera and post it on the internet. You don't need my permission to do that, by the way. You all have access to everything you need. Guys. It's the Sega publisher sale. What have we got? 2 Point Campus. Would you play that? Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. Sonic Frontiers. Oh, Alien Isolation is 86% off if you want that. Total War Warhammer 3 Thrones of Decay. 32% off. What's that, a DLC? Sonic Superstars. Honestly, Sonic Superstars looks like something I need to buy. That's a Steam Deck game. Persona 5 Royale. I can't wait to play those games and find out what they're all about when I retire from streaming. I had a dream the other night that I retired from streaming, and I was like, sorry, I had a dream that I was like, can I show this, Whack? Fucking Ratch. Sorry, I read the name Whack. So offensive. To Whack Stephen. Yeah, I had a dream that I was like having to like say goodbye to all of you because I couldn't afford to stream anymore. It's a pure anxiety dream. I mean, we've been so close to that so many times this year. I just haven't brought it up. But like, I was like saying goodbye, and I was like, I am not going to be able to stream full time anymore. So sorry. And then I did this. But it does mean we get to become a full-time JRPG streamer. It was like this anxiety dream that became, like, I snapped myself out of it because I was like, actually, that's not so bad. I'm just going to go and get a job at Burger King and become a full-time JRPG streamer. And it was no longer an anxiety dream. Look. Horrible. No one wants to see this. Ready to warm. That's what I say to your mama. Finally, we play Xenogears. Finally, we play all of them, yeah. All of them. We done finna play all damn. I don't know what that accent was. Sort of a southern, like a Louisiana type. I watched The Penguin last night. That Batman, you remember that Batman movie that came out with Robert Pattinson in? Boom, 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 boom. Hey, we're gonna play that for the whole movie? Oh, you are? Just the whole time? And that movie's long as shit. It's about 6 hours long, right? So it's the longest movie of all time, and you've just got one song that's gonna play. Bum, 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 boom, bum, 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 bum. But it's just gonna do that. It's not even a full song. It's just like 5 notes. Fuck. Really? Damn, this movie better be good. It was pretty good. I liked it. You remember that one? I feel like they secretly put out a TV show. I haven't seen a single ad for it. Bro, do you watch ads on anything? No. Is that why you didn't see ads? Probably. I feel like I've not seen any promotion for it at all. But the penguin from that, Colin Farrell in a fat suit, penguin, has his own TV show apparently that just came out. And so I watched it and I put on that. Yesterday, me, PB, and Whack had a 6-hour meeting. Bum, 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 bum. Where Whack was training us how to use Foundry, the virtual tabletop Foundry. Oh god, do I not have the brain power to learn it? But I did, kinda. And so we were doing that all day yesterday. So if you're ever like, hey Brad, did you have a nice day off on your day off? Day off, honey, please. It was a Whack webinar. Yeah, no, my day off is usually working on table story things. I did that all day, but like we finished. All of us were absolutely starving. So we all went and got some food, and I sat there watching that show, eating my dinner, just barely conscious. Barely conscious at all. It was fucking crazy. And then I watched, but I watched that. I was telling this to Liam earlier on, but he had no idea what I was talking about because he's never watched a TV show in his life. He has no idea. He has never heard of Superman. You know what I mean? Like, that's his level of, like, conscious pop culture consciousness. Be like, oh, you know Superman, Liam? And he's like, what's that? Some sort of big, strong man? Yeah. You know him? Well, I mean, the clue is in the name, bro. Oh, great. But he has no idea. What is this? A picture box? Yeah, he's much better than he used to be. When we were younger, Liam knew nothing. We used to do a thing on World of the Orange where I would show him pictures of famous. I could show him a picture of like Naruto, and he'd be like, "No idea what that is." None, like not even the slightest clue. But he's better now. He's better now. He's better. He's gotten better at it. I was telling him earlier on, but I was watching The Penguin, and do you know what it made me want to watch? Those like Marvel. I wanted to watch them anyway because I spoke about it before. But the Marvel, like Daredevil, Defenders, Punisher, and all that shows. So I put it on. I watched a couple of episodes of the first season of Daredevil. That show was great. Completely forgot how good that show was. Like, I remember enjoying it, and the shows that we get now are dog shit. Bro. I wasn't sure how I felt about that Agatha show, and now I think it's dog shit, just because I watched Daredevil Season 1, Episode 2. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 2 is just fucking one of the best bits of TV. As a refresher for your brain, it's the one with the corridor fight that he does, where he's absolutely exhausted the whole time. And he's like fucked up, and he fights about 12 just goons. And it is so good. It's so good. I mean, the whole episode, the whole thing has been just brilliant. The first season of Daredevil, forgot how good it was. Forgot how good it was overall, but brilliant. And like you forget sort of sometimes when you're in these, you don't know when you're in the golden era, do you? You don't know when you're in the good days. And we were watching those shows like, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It was kind of weird how they introduced Elektra. No, you know, Matthew McConaughey screaming, "No, you don't understand!" Screaming. These are the best days. Fuck. Yeah, man. And now I'm like, oh, I don't know about the Agatha show. Down, down, down the witch's road. Why would they do it? Why would they do a cover of Down by the River but call it the Witch's Road? Hello, precious. Hello, precious slave. So I'll probably just fucking dive into those. Because there's a few seasons of that shit, isn't there? Hey, 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 hey. Some oil in your fucking motor. I'll watch all of those again. I don't really remember the order. Pretty sure it's Daredevil 1, then Jessica Jones 1. After that, I don't know. I'll Google it. I'll watch them in the appropriate order of release that they were in. Otherwise, it's unwatchable, isn't it? I'm looking forward to The Punisher again. I remember enjoying the first season of that. Was there only 1 or 2 seasons of that? I can't remember. I know there's a new one coming out. Hey, Brad. Yeah? No one gives a shit. Oh, no one gives a shit? No one fucking gives a shit about anything I'm saying? What is this then? Just shut up. Oh, okay. You don't need to be here. Oh. Oh. For real? I've been wearing all grey lately. Keep doing it. And I don't really notice it until I go outside. You ever become that person? You go outside and then you're like being observed by someone. And then you're like, hang on. I'm wearing a grey t-shirt. Grey trousers. Grey shoes. Oops. I keep doing it because I keep going to take the dog out for a little just once around. You know, all I do is walk around the apartment building. And then I come back and the hot neighbour's there. And she's like, oh my god, hi. And trying to open her door with her groceries in one of those American brown paper bags, the movie scene, you know. Oh, and she drops her keys, and I'm like this. Normally I would help you. Normally I would help, but I refuse to have you remember me look this way. So. I will not have this be our meet cute. So go fuck yourself. Pick up your own keys, bitch. Try again tomorrow. Or. She's like, oh my god, he's so cool. Oh, it's dude. The thing about living in an apartment building is that if you just all you want to do is go and collect your mail. All you want to do is run downstairs and check you got a package delivered. You want to run downstairs, grab something. You want to run downstairs, you've got to just pop out and come back. You may run into other human beings on your own driveway, You have to be aware of the fact that you could bump into another human being. Some people don't give a shit, but I do, and it's annoying. It's an annoying thing that I wish I didn't have. Like the guy that lives, I honestly think he's in the apartment below me, probably hears me say all of this about him every day, who's just he is literally just in a robe and nothing else. I don't think he's even wearing underwear. A robe and slippers 24/7. He just fucking does, he just walks around like it's a hotel. God. Doesn't give a shit. I wish I had that. I don't have it. He's also a drug dealer, so. Alright, should play some D&D. Last time we played D&D, it was very good. We did the first episode. Me before Kyorky made the job. Yeah, but you're not in an apartment building. If you're at home, you're just going to your car and back. It's all good. If you're in an apartment building, you're going to your car and back. Trash. Let's do a little bit of D&D. Last week, the intro... I still haven't had time to make like a proper intro. I may never get time again. I've run out of time. I'm so out of time. I haven't done anything other than work for a week and a half, and I'm dying. You'll see why soon enough. Stay tuned. But until then, I edited an intro and it was just a free run intro, and then I got in a lot of trouble. So I made a new intro. This one.
In the town of Badgerbrook, the dawn begins to break. Liry stands upon the hill, their future to remake. A spark inside, a calling deep, the winds are whispering. Leave behind the life you know, and let your journey sing. The world awaits, the fire burns inside. With shadows rising, they cannot hide. The path is long, but the stars will guide. Liry, take the sky, it's time to fly. Rise, Liry, rise, the time has come. Face the dragon, chase the sun. Through the forest, dark and seas untamed, you carve your name in skies aflame. Oh, Liry, rise, the hero's light. Across the land through endless night. With every step, the legends cry. Rise, Liry, rise. In the midst of ancient woods, where shadows weave their lies, Liry faces monsters fierce with courage in their eyes. The road is hard, the nights are cold, but they will never yield. For every scar and battle won becomes their sword and shield. The storms will come, but their heart won't break. Through every trial, through every quake. With magic's roar and the earth's great shake, Liry walks the line for the world's sake. Rise, Liry, rise, the time has come. Face the dragon, chase the sun. Through the forest, dark and seas untamed, you carve your name in skies aflame. Oh, Liry, rise, the hero's light. Across the land through endless night. With every step, the legends cry. Rise, Liry, rise. mountain tops to oceans wide. With wings of hope they soar and glide. The stars will watch, the moons will see Liry's path to victory. Rise, Liry, rise, the time has come. Face the dragon, chase the sun. Through the forest dark and seas untamed, you carve your name in skies aflame. Oh, Liry, rise, the hero's light. Across the land through endless night. With every step the legends cry. Oh, Liry, rise, the hero's light. Across the land through endless night. With every step the legends cry. Rise, Liry, rise. In the mists of ancient woods, let the echoes ring. Through the world where heroes sing, the journey calls the flames to rise. Now's the time, Liry, rise.
That is correct. Rice, Liry, rice. Let's continue with our game here. Liry. Our new campaign, episode 2, continues now. We've got, so last time, Liry came to the town of Badgerbrook, which was once a prosperous dwarven mining town, hill dwarves who mine out of quarries, but now sort of seems to have fallen to some small level of ruin, is ruled over by a despot, and Liry came to the town with, been saving it all week, with a letter, right, from the resistance, with this part of the letter being: in the hills where stone meets salt, find the old tunnel where miners hold. The path to freedom starts in dust. Seek the hammer that's turned to dust. There is work here for our mercenary character, Liry. Upon arrival in a boat, Liry snuck into town through the sort of the coastal, the harbour here, and moved through the town when the spell wind sort of activated and they were mysteriously teleported to the gates at the front of town, having to kind of silver tongue worm their way into town. Liry was able to do so, but they came when sort of investigating, trying to find out how to make contact with the resistance group who had hoped to hire them. Liry stumbled over their words and was overheard by the town guard, and the head guard, Drogath, began to interrogate Liry in the tavern. When things sort of turned sour, Liry had to make their escape, and that is where we pick up immediately here today. The window of the tavern smashes, wood and glass flinging everywhere and rolling over sort of their leather armor, their blue hair, the glass and wood and bits of the frame kind of moving underneath them as they roll out onto the street. Rain coming down in a puddle, lifting their head up. Liry looks back at the window. We see multiple members of the town watch, who are almost all corrupt, it seems like, rushing to the window. We hear the gruff voice of Drogath shout, "After them, quick!" Several guards pile out of the tavern. Everyone in this town is dwarven. As you roll out, the whip that you use to kind of swing out of the window is still partially embedded and caught in the rafters. We're going to roll a dice to determine whether you get it back or not. We're going to call it a sleight of hand check, I think. So let's open up with a dice roll. ! Roll d20 in the chat room. That's how you get involved. You can also get involved by subscribing. Every 10 subs on a Sunday goes towards a wheel spin. Just like that, Beth. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The winning roll is a 2 by Papanchi. Papanchi. We see Liry reach back for the whip when in fact there is a dwarf on the inside of the window who snatches it away from the window, disallowing Liry. You have lost your whip. The whip removed from inventory. And we open up now with a wheel spin. Let's see what happens. Nayana, Anonymous, Shadow, Bubu, and Beth, and Plumrug. Something good happens. What would you like to happen? What would you like to happen? Something good happens. Now this is very minor, it can't be big. A new whip is on the barrel outside. Suggestions from the chat. The guard drops the whip into their lap. Into the guard's lap. A big cart comes through, blocking the road and view of Liry. Whip, 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 whip. Whip. Basically, get the whip back. Oh, you find the cloak that you were given in a cutscene, that you lost in a cutscene and literally would not shut up about all week. Guards slip in the mud when chasing. Alright, we'll give you these. A new whip is on the barrel. The guard drops the whip into their lap. A big cart comes through, blocking the road and view of Liry. You find the cloak, or the guards slip in the mud when chasing. So something good will happen here, right off the bat, regardless of, you know, what it is and when it might happen. It's up to you. And that's how the wheel spin works. The wheel spin is just a bunch of random things that could happen. Some of them good, some of them bad. And every 10 subs, we hit. We spin that wheel and see what comes of it. This is the one stream in the week that I make really any money on, and I've run into so many money problems over the last couple of months that it has been saving me. So I appreciate all of you that have been subbing. Dave, Benevolent Brute, Nero, thank you very much. Just do this 3 times a week, it would kill me. Alright, the guards are going to slip in the mud when they give chase. Alright. Speaking of giving chase then, let's see. The chase begins. Now, you are in the streets of Badgerbrook. You're sort of at the center of town. Badgerbrook is set on the coast. There is a great sort of ocean on one side, and the entrance to the town is up on the northern side on a hill. There is a sort of, the entire town is kind of downhill at all times, but you are still at the center of town in the tavern area. Although it's raining, there's a thunderstorm, and although it's getting late, I'd say it's still kind of busy at this hour. There are still merchants moving through with carts. There are tavern goers that are spilling out into the street to see what all this commotion was about. This would be a big deal. This would be really fun for them to suddenly see. As Liry comes rolling out of this tavern, in the position where you are, you could run straight at the dwarves, you could jump back into the tavern, but essentially your options in this part of the street where you're looking at right now are to go left or right. So let me give you these options. Fork in the road. You can go left. Now left is a narrow alleyway between 2 rows of stone buildings. There are crates and barrels and things that clutter the pathway that offer potential hiding spots or slowing movement for chasers, but also for Liry. God damn, I don't know why this button isn't working today. It's very annoying. The reset button. Or you can go right, which is a broad stone bridge crossing the river that runs down to the ocean. Wide open, but much faster. And the choice is yours while we spin the wheel. I know that there are 5 on there as well. You're going to get quad vantage on your next check. Quad vantage from Iron Chode, Shadow the Ret God, and Sheriff Fox. Everyone, a fox is not just for Christmas. Share a fox. Everyone share a fox today. Left into a narrow alleyway between 2 rows. Why can't I type today? 2 rows of stone buildings. Or right over the stone bridge crossing. Big wide open bridge, but much faster to get across if you choose to go across the bridge. The choice is yours. Oof, it was close. The vote goes to right over the bridge. Okay, here we go. Now, the time comes. You see Liry sort of jump up, seeing the whip fall away from their grip, jumping up with a sort of dexterous, not quite the Bruce Lee flip up off of their back thing, but not too dissimilar. It's that same level of skill. Shaking off the glass and the wood from the window smash, Liry darts suddenly, heading right and across this bridge. We see Liry's boots thudding against the stone. The one boot splashes down into a puddle. Behind, the dwarf guards start running. As they begin to draw their crossbows, the one who's at the lead of the pack slips in a puddle of mud, crashing into the one beside them, slowing their chase and slowing their ability to fire these crossbows at you. That being said, I'm still going to need an athletics check from Liry. You have quad vantage on this, so we roll 4 times and take the highest of the 4. Your athletics check is a +3. Liry has a +3 from athletics. Previously a soldier in a land far away. Liry is in shape. There's a 10. Can you beat a 10? Can you beat a 10? A 3? Nope. Keep rolling. You take the highest of 4 rolls. You've got quad vantage on that wheel spin. You've also got 5 subs in the bank here. It just doesn't say it on the screen. 14 is higher. Okay, let's see. Can you beat a 14? Can you beat a 14 with this final roll? Jesus Christ. A dirt bike rides past. A 13, no. So a 14 plus 3. You passed the check. The DC was 15. A full sprint across this bridge. It's late. There's still quite a few people on this bridge, but it is very clear that Liry has the physical prowess of somebody who has kept themselves in shape and continues, while not being in the army, to be in a good physical standing. It is like lightning as they just dart across this bridge. The speed picked up by them, they run like the Flash with their arms. Let's see here. Nearing the other side of the bridge, you spot a vendor's street cart full of iron pots and pans. Vendor's cart. Now, you can choose to knock the cart over to slow down the pursuing guards, dash into the nearby crowd and try and lose them, or continue running at full pace. It's cabbages, yeah. It's the guy from Avatar with cabbages. Give you a minute to vote, but it's looking pretty clear cut. You never know. The dwarf's giving chase on the other side of the bridge, rushing, moving through the crowd. Go the way, go the way! Stop them! Stop that blue-haired vagabond! Continue running at full pace is the plan. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to roll a dice. 12. On the other side, there are a couple of guards and town watch still moving through the crowds. You see this commotion. Liry sees this commotion. Their eyes, black and obsidian, darting back between the people, the vendors, and the town watch on the far edges of their vision and the edges of the town here, as well as the dwarves who are continuing to move across the bridge. You have a couple of options again. Looking about, you can see that there is two options here. You can rush into the marketplace. There's a kind of open square marketplace. Lots of these vendors, lots of people, a big bustling area. Or you can see some scaffolding on the side of one of these kind of crooked buildings that it might be possible for Liry to ascend and get up onto the rooftops and escape that way. Rooftops or market streets is your option. These are the two options as to where you can go this time. Choice is yours. Shadow, thank you for the 2 gift subs. That's 7. Technically 7 at the moment. That's 8 from Omega. We're at 8. It says 3, but there are 5 in the bank. Liry looking around, scanning the area. A market street filled and crowded with dwarves and merchants, as well as carts and wagons, stalls, and a rickety set of scaffolding leaning up against the side of a twisted and ancient-looking building. There it is. You decided to start climbing the rooftops, but let's see what you get on the wheel spin first. Thank you very much, Bew Nayana. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Thank you very much for the subs. Let's see what you get for it. You get an instant potion. All right, D&D potion generator. Need a table or something. Let's go with this one, D100. Oops. 77. We'll do a different one. That won't make sense. Acid resistance. You have resistance to acid. For how long? Let's just roll a d24. Well, we'll just say this session. We'll do it like we do resistance the other way. Resistance to acid damage. There is a strange sensation that runs over Liry's body as they feel the effects of this potion take place, but they don't have time to think about what that could mean and what that could be as the spell wind blows through the streets of Badgerbrook, and they continue to try and escape the guards here. Now, you need to make me, let's see, an acrobatics or an athletics check. Acrobatics is a +2, athletics is a 3, so we'll go with an athletics check for Liry here. +3, start rolling. We'll take the second roll this time. Exclamation point roll d20 in the chat room. We'll see who gets the winning roll. We'll take the second roll that comes up. It'll say the winning roll is, like that, 5 rolled by Digital Dan, but we're going to take the second one, so keep going. Keep going, please. A 10 +3 is a 13. The DC was 14. As Liry starts to climb up this set of scaffolding. The scaffolding was designed for dwarves. It's awkward. The scaffolding's also old. It looks like the type of scaffolding that's been on there for a long time and has just not been maintained, I guess. Liry's much larger form than a dwarf leaps up onto the scaffolding. As they pull themselves up and they reach up to the next area, they pull at one of the poles and whoom, it comes loose, falling without completely falling off of the thing. The pole launches backwards and lands in the road. Clang, 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 clang. Let's have a dexterity saving throw from Liry to see if you can maintain your balance halfway up the scaffolding. You have a +2 to this roll. Exclamation point roll d20 in the chat. Take the second roll for your dex save to see if you can stay on the scaffolding or if you fall. I'm going to say it's raining. It's already an awkward fail, so I'm going to say it's a 12 to beat. Not that first 12, unfortunately, Lux. The next one. Again, you have a +2 to dexterity here. Horace, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs there. My son going towards the thing. That's a 4 plus, well, it's not enough, is it? We see a boot slip on the slick wood of the scaffolding. The pole comes loose and Liry falls, landing with a oof. You take 3 bludgeoning damage, reducing you to 8 hit points. There is a sort of a few arrows come loose from the quiver. Liry rolls over again, taking in a couple of lungfuls of breath before bringing themselves back up. I'm going to roll for the dwarves chasing you now, because that's a fail. A 13. They get closer. 2 dwarves, not the ones on the bridge, but ones that were in the market, rush around the corner, point crossbows at you, and fire. Let's see here. Oh, it's like them. Hey, stop them. Stop them now. Let me just roll for these guards real quick. Wish I'd opened this up earlier, but I didn't. So 1, a 15, 2, a 16. Liry's AC is 15, so both of these hit. 2 piercing from one and 7 from another. Pum, pum. These 2 crossbow bolts launch and strike Liry, reducing Liry to 0 hit points. Liry falls unconscious, trying to stand up in the rain. You hear the sound of dwarves moving in around Liry. Don't worry, they're down. Hey, they tried to run up that scaffolding. Foolish. What do we do? Cuff him. We'll take him back to Drogath. I'd spin the wheel and see if you get anything that might save you right now. Wild magic surge. Let's see. You know what I'm going to do for this? I'm going to do the classic wild magic. I'm going to do a classic wild magic surge rather than the D10,000. We're going to do the D100. 95. Charisma radiates from you for the next minute. You may use your action to strike a pose. A creature of your choice that you can see gains a D8 inspiration dice that they may add to an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. This dice lasts until the end of the minute and does not stack if the creature you're unconscious. Was Liry prone, so should they have disadvantage on ranged throws? Yes, they should. You're right. They should have done. How do we rule this? One of them wouldn't have hit. This one. So the 7, you'd still have... You'd have 6 HP. How about this? Liry's eyes open up. A little smile curls at the edge of their mouth. The arrow, the second arrow, stuck in the leather of their boot. Leaping up, anime style, flipping through the air and landing. You strike a pose. What pose do you strike? What pose do you strike? The superhero landing. A swooping crane. The pose of anti-arrows. Arms flinging with a wink. Superman pose. Spin the bow above the head. Ginyu force. Side chest, don't know what that means. Great Saiyan man. The Michael Jackson crotch grab was also good, but I've already hit the button. The choice is yours. Let me just see if I can find the asset that I need. I'm not sure if I can. Spin the bow above the head. Spinning the bow above their head, Liry lands, spinning this thing around, striking a pose. And what was the rest of the wording of this thing? A creature of your choice that can see you gains a D8 inspiration dice that they can add to an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So we're going to say Liry. Okay, you can make an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw here. Would you like to make an attack roll and add the D8 to it? Well, I guess, what does Liry do? Is the question. You have potentially got a D8 to any check that you might make here. Because of the epic charisma-based leap. How much HP do the guards have? I don't know how you would know that. You have no idea. Get the hell out of here. Running across the bridge are more guards. Running down the street are more guards. There are 2 guards right in front of you. There's scaffolding behind you that runs up the thing, and a whole marketplace ahead of you. Kick the scaffold pole at them. Run between them. Try to hide in the crowd. Convince them they are on the wrong side. Throw something at them. Spin the bow fast enough to generate lift and escape. Double punch the guards and knock them out. Alright, there's your choices. What does Liry do? Get the hell out of there, kick the scaffold pole at them, run between them, try to hide in the crowd, convince them that they're on the wrong side, throw something in the dwarf's path, spin the bow fast enough to generate lift, that's supposed to say, and escape. Double punch the guards and knock them out. They're pretty close to you. They're only like 10 feet away. There are more on the way. The choice is yours, my friends. Remember, you can always gift subs. For every 10 subs that we hit, we spin the wheel. Maybe something good will happen. Maybe something bad will happen. Maybe you'll get a Deus Ex Machina, and the guards will both suffer heart attacks and die. Maybe you'll summon up a boss battle by accident. Or fuck it, let's find out. Thanks to my good friend, Anonymous, we will spin the wheel as you attempt to get the hell out of here. You get gold. What did I roll last time for gold? Like 100? A D100? Oh, it was a D20. Well, you just cucked yourselves out of money. 3 gold. 3 gold coins appear on the ground. That's how I did it before, wasn't it? It doesn't just appear in their pocket. Just 3 gold coins magically appear on the ground between Liry and the dwarves. Now, we know you're going to escape, but what does Liry do about the gold? The dwarves' eyes turn into $signs as they look down at the gold. Suggestions. Loot before life. Collect the gold. Allow the peasants nearby to rush the gold. Say, it's yours, guys, to the dwarves. That'll do. Which one of those 3 options? Claim the gold. Allow the peasants to rush the gold. Say it's yours to the dwarves. What's it gonna be? Say it's yours, guys. Alright. Give me a persuasion check. You have a D8 to add to this. Your persuasion is a +3. You have a 3 in your charisma. Start rolling. Exclamation point, roll D20 in the chat room. We take the second roll. And we're going to add a D8 to this as well. Not that 18, unfortunately. The next one. That 14 will do it. And we're going to add a D8 here. 14 plus 4, 18 plus... What was it? 3. 21. Liry says, it's all yours, if you want it. The 2 dwarves look at each other. They both jump on the gold. One of them grabs 1 coin, the other grabs another, and the 2 of them at the same time, their hands falling over one another as they scramble for the 3rd coin. They are fully distracted right now. How does Liry make their escape? More dwarves are coming. There are dwarves rushing over the bridge. There are dwarves moving down the street. The marketplace is filled with people. The scaffolding continues to be behind you to climb up if you want to. How does Liry make their escape here? The dwarves are distracted. Slip silently into the crowd. Smoke bomb. Disappear. Dive for the last coin is not an escape option. That would keep you here. Find tall grass. Once more up the scaffolding. Scaffolding. Wrote it so many times this morning. Run away. There you go. There's your option. Slip silently into the crowd. Smoke bomb, disappear. Find tall grass. Once more up the scaffolding. Run away. What you guys want to do. What you guys want to do. Thank you for the subs. Anonymous for that last wheel spin. Shadow. Horace for the one before that. Appreciate it. There's an invisible button on this website that I'm on right now, and it is really annoying every time I click it. You're going to try once more up the scaffolding. Alright. Let's have another check from you then. It's going to be an athletics check. Exclamation point, roll D20 in the chat room. You have a +3 to this check. Not that 8, the next one. Or is that the one? Is that the second one? That is the second one. That is the 8. The 8 plus 3. It's not enough again. You see Liry in that moment turn and start climbing up the scaffolding, moving up and through this. You want to do acrobatics instead? You have a less. Your acrobatics is a +2. Your athletics is a +3. You're welcome. You still fail. You see Liry climbing up through the scaffolding, disappearing up this scaffolding, when suddenly, as they climb up over onto one part of this, the whole thing starts to tip now. Now, you need to make me another dexterity saving throw. +2. To your dex save, please. Beth, thank you for the 5 gifted. It's going straight in towards the wheel spin. 1 from Ratch. Ratch's work account. They're trying to do surgery, but they're all distracted and watching this instead. Another 8 from Bob the Baldy. What was it? A 2. A 2. It's ugly what happens here. The entire scaffold falls. Liry panics, kind of treading air for a second before finding purchase and leaping towards the nearest building, grabbing on to the wet, slick, rain-slicked tiles of this roof, sliding down like watching Mufasa fall from the edge of the stone. Finding just enough purchase on the edge here. I need another dexterity saving throw from you. +2 to your acrobatics. scrambling, sliding towards the edge. Horrific. Slipping clear of the edge, falling backwards, slow-mo. Liry falls once again to the ground. Let's see here. This is a D6 of damage. One, you're very lucky. Landing in a New York dumpster filled with trash. Dust and filth launched up into the air as Liry lands in this very modern day looking dumpster. A banana peel on their head, filth and grime splashed up over the side of their armor. Let's spin the wheel. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Liry is currently down to 5 HP. You get a Deus Ex Machina. What do you want to happen? A Deus Ex Machina. What Deus Ex happens here? Theory, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Shadow, Ratch, Beth, thank you for the Deus Ex Machina. A +1 whip in the dumpster. I'll allow it. Liry gets to the rooftops. Garbage truck. Garbage truck trope. Web blasters is ridiculous. Scaffolding breaks the ground into a tunnel. Eagles is stupid. The hit restores our eyesight. Did you lose your eyesight? I'll give you this. The hit restores your HP. Gary shows up with death and they teleport us out. No. Absolutely not. The rebels pull us into a cigarette. That's just winning D&D. The dumpster. No. Winning D&D. Magic portal in dumpster. Alright, there you go. What's it gonna be? I feel like for this campaign, Deus Ex Machinas aren't just gonna be win D&D. Because there's just no point. Just writing into the Deus Ex Machina, we win D&D. I mean, I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. I'll put we win D&D and then it'll just end the stream every week. Every time you want to win D&D, you win. See ya. That's what you want, but you don't realize it. We defeat Strahd. We've defeated Strahd. We just started the campaign last week. Well, I can't believe you didn't go for +1 whip. Scaffolding breaks the ground into a tunnel. As the scaffolding lands around Liry, parts of this scaffolding fall down. Bits of the building fall off with it. Bricks and chunks of heavy stone landing. The dwarves, including the sort of passers-by, all dive out of the way and a hole is opened up in the ground. There is a sort of a tunnel network down there. What does Liry do? The choice is yours. What does Liry do? Jump down. I believe you do have dark vision. Yep. Go up the ventilation shafts. Stay in the garbage. Wait till night. Run away. It is night. It is already nighttime, that's true. The choice is yours. Jump down. Leaping from the bin, doing that kind of like sideways thing that people do in fantasy movies. The smoke and dust still lifting up into the air. Everyone's still hiding. We see leaping into the hole. Liry. I mean, this is for sure another dexterity saving throw, so make me another dex save. +2 to this. Madness. The madness. The choices you've made today are insane. We take the second roll, not the 15, the next one. A 2. Wow, you guys suck at rolling today. Leaping into the hole. Let's have a look. I think you just fall. Leaping blindly into the hole. And then falling. And falling and falling. Before hitting the ground again. Taking 1d6. 6 bludgeoning damage. Knocking yourself out. Let's roll a perception check for the dwarves. To see if they saw you do this. They have to beat... It was chaos. I'll say a 12. A 16. I leapt into the hole. Hey, they're down there. How are we gonna get down there? I don't know. Where does it lead? It's the old tunnel network. It's, I suppose we could go up by the mines and head down that way, or we could try and climb down. Do you have rope? No, who just carries rope around with them? You don't have 50 feet of hempen rope. No. The dwarves are trying to figure out what to do with themselves. You are passed out. You're not dead, because you're level 1. And here is a little reveal for you. You can't die at level 1. You will only ever be knocked out until you hit level 2. I will say you need to make me a constitution saving throw to wake up. Give a +3 to this. Never level up, immortal run. Correct. In fact, you actually get XP from last week. So you need 300 XP. You get 100 just for showing up. 100 XP. Is that the one? And 11. And 11. The echoing of the dwarves
down this tunnel.
Down this tunnel.
Are they down there? Can you see them? Aye. I can see them. Are they moving? No. Are they dead? I don't know. They're not moving. Alright. I'm gonna steadily start climbing down. Okay? But don't let me fall. Well, how am I supposed to make sure you don't fall?
2 more dwarven figures appear.
What's going on? They're down there. What happened? This explosion? The scaffolding came down while they were trying to escape.
Fluttering their eyes open, Liry comes to. Just about able to make out, just in this rubble, in this darkness, around them there is a set of tunnels. Or you're in a sort of an old drainage tunnel, like an aqueduct, beneath Badgerbrook. There's the sounds of the guards echoing down above you, the sound of like brick and stone falling and landing next to you, the sound of rain pitter-pattering, landing on your face, and the sort of smoke and dust clearing above you. What does Liry do? The choice is yours. Lay still for a moment to see if they think you're dead. Well, you did hear them say everything that they just said. Can we make some sort of check to determine northeast, west and south? Yeah, I don't know why you need to know that right now. I feel there's more pressing things to do, but sure. Use the scroll on the climbing dwarf. Kill 10 rats for XP. Go with the current of the water. Try to hide in the shadows. Get up and run down one of the tunnels. There you go. Lay still for a moment to see if they think you're dead. Make some sort of check to determine northeast, south and west. Use the scroll on the climbing dwarf. Kill 10 rats for the XP. Go with the current, try to hide in the shadows, or get up and run down one of the tunnels. Looking up, you can see that there is one dwarf kind of climbing down. Another one behind them.
Hey, alright, you go too. I'm not going. Well, he's going, so you've got to go. Well, you go. Well, that's not my partner climbing down. That's your partner, right? Aye. Aye, start climbing.
You see a second dwarf begin to climb down. 2 more looking down and watching. Go with the current. Now, this means follow the water. That's what you're saying, right? Go with the current, follow the water of the tunnel. Presumably. Oh, swim? It's not, it's an aqueduct. It's not like... There's not lots of water. You know, or is there? Let's find out. I'm going to roll a d2. On a 1, not lots of water. 2, lots of water, swimmable. No. It's a puddle. It's a puddle. A puddle of water. Otherwise, you would have landed in it and already been floating away. So this actually makes sense within canon. The old drainage tunnel. This network of tunnels that sit underneath Badgerbrook, along with the mining tunnels, stretch out like a labyrinth. You look at which direction the water is moving. Liry starts to follow the water.
Wait, she's moving! Climb quicker!
Liry is a she, they from now on because I'm just going to randomly pronoun wrong constantly. All right. Moving at pace, kind of awkwardly. A few injuries here at this point. Liry, kind of a little battered and bruised from the falls, is on 1 HP. Stumbling and limping a little as they move along this tunnel. The tunnel is dimly lit by sort of moonlight. Eventually it falls to complete darkness, and the aqueduct, slick with moisture, the air down here starting to smell like earth and rust at certain places. You recognize a split in the tunnel ahead. You can go left, a narrow, winding tunnel. Oh. That descends deeper beneath town. Or you can go right, a wider tunnel that appears to lead upwards. Fork in the tunnel. The choice is yours. A narrow winging tunnel, winding tunnel, that appears to descend deeper, or head right, a wider tunnel that appears to lead upwards. Behind you.
Which way did they go? This way, for sure. Are you two climbing down? Aye, we'll climb down. You go after them now.
The sound of splashing as the dwarves begin to give chase after you. In this sewer. Now I know I have sewer sounds because I needed it the other week. Heading left. Liry starts to move deeper into the tunnel network. The path here becomes treacherous, uneven floors, low-hanging tunnel ceilings with these sort of awkward stalactites that are coming down in places, Liry having to kind of dodge and weave between them. Moving further down into the darkness, it becomes colder. As Liry descends, there is the sound of running water that gets louder and louder. Eventually, the tunnel opens up into a full subterranean river channel, part of the old aqueduct system that runs down towards the sea. The dwarves behind you, much further away than when you heard them before.
Which way, left or right? I don't know. Fuck it. You go left, I'll go right. Are you sure? Maybe we should stick together. Wait for the others. No, we cannot lose them. They'll have our heads. You're right. Okay, I'll go left. You go right. Okay.
One dwarf at least behind you. Here. You need to figure out a way to get across the river. I'm going to say this is a skill check rather than a choice from you. I'm going to say make me a survival check. +2 to survival, Liry has. Start rolling. Exclamation point, roll d20. You've come to Holborn Station. The amount of time I've spent standing around at Holborn Station. Not that 5, you'll be pleased to know. The next roll we take. +2. A 9. An 11. There's a small series of stepping stones that lead across the water that would allow you to pass across it without getting wet or potentially falling into the river and making this more difficult for yourself. It's difficult to tell with the darkness, even with dark vision. You get sort of dark vision isn't night vision. It's just an idea of what's going on around you in greys and grayscale and grey tones. So it's quite hard to judge how deep this river is and how hard it is. There are some options here now though. You recognise that there is a small series of stepping stones that move across the water that might make it easier for you to get across them. Other than that, your options are to swim or to get creative. So, what does Liry do? Swim across, stepping stones, other options. Drink a healing potion. Do you have a healing potion? No. You have no potions at all. You have 3 curses and a Crown of Madness scroll. You have second wind. Can you use second wind out of combat? Can you use second wind out of combat? Yes. So here's what we'll say. Use second wind ability, which is D10 healing, for those of you that aren't sure what I'm saying right now. Set a trap for the dwarf. Rambo. Swim with the water to the ocean. Hide and sneak attack the dwarf is also an option. Look for hidden resistance inscriptions clues. Use scroll on dwarf. Now remember, you are currently cursed at the moment and can't read the scroll that well. The scroll is, and this for me, from a writing perspective, the scroll is nerfed temporarily until you clear the curse. Which is exactly how you do this at the beginning. You make the character unbelievably powerful and then you nerf them. And they have to reclaim that power. Right, the options are yours. What do you do? Swim across, stepping stones, use second wind ability and heal, set a trap for the dwarf, swim with the water to the ocean, hide and sneak attack the dwarf. All of these are going to take some time. The dwarf may catch up. Healing ability. Okay. What else? What do you do after that? Swim across, stepping stones, set a trap for the dwarf, swim with the water to the ocean, hide and sneak attack the dwarf, look for hidden resistance inscriptions clues, or use the scroll on the dwarf. What are you going to do? You have to split this. Stepping stones. Okay. Let's do it. Liry does the thing from The Matrix where Neo goes like this and heals for a D10 plus 1. A D10 plus fire level, so a D10 plus 1. You're not actually healing, you're just like doing the toughening thing that they do in TV shows where they just like, they somehow heal between scenes. They get shot, but then they just have to be helped up, and then they're fine for a little bit longer until they get healed. For 8. So you back up to 9 HP. The cavern in front of you has a set of stepping stones across the water. You will need to make me... This will be an acrobatics check. Plumrug, you'll be pleased to know. An acrobatics check, please. DC 10. You have a +2 to your acrobatics. Exclamation point, roll D20 in the chat. There is a spider trying to get in my house. Do I kill it now? While I can. Yes. Yes, I do. It was the only way. What did you get? A 3. Wow, you guys roll so badly today. Failure. Moving across the stepping stones, the sound of a dwarf
Where are you?
moving in the tunnels behind you. The first stepping stone, fine. Second stepping stone, terrible. Then suddenly, a slip. Stumbling and falling. Make me a dexterity saving throw. +2. Exclamation point, roll D20 in the chat room. Not that 17. We take the second roll. Flush out all the previous rolls. What's it gonna be? A 17. Managing to stabilize themselves. Liry jumps across each of the stones. Once on the other side of this, you spot a set of old mining carts, some tracks leading deeper and away into the earth. You also recognize a tunnel. A smaller tunnel. Not so small that you wouldn't fit into it, but much smaller than the one that seems to support the mining cart and tracks. There are 2 options in front of you. Get into the mine cart, or slip into the thin tunnels. A discrete set of tunnels. How do you spell discrete? How do you spell discrete? Discrete? How do you spell discrete? Thin tunnels. An old set of dangerous looking rickety old mine cart. But if it works, it will be fast. Alternatively, you could continue on foot, much quieter, into these thin tunnels. On the other side. The choice continues to be yours. The thin tunnels. Squeezing their relatively slight frame into the sort of crack in the tunnel wall here. There is a sort of set of tunnels that move through the cave. The dwarf is going to roll a survival check to try and track you. They've got to beat a 10. 5. We see the dwarf get to where the stepping stones are, scratching his head, looking around, looking down at the ground. He even sniffs the air.
I don't think they came this way. I don't think they came... fuck it.
He turns around, moves back into the tunnels. The path, the tunnel that you're in, begins to curve upwards and towards the town's sort of sewage system. The tunnel widens out slightly at one point, but is filled with muck and debris. Let's have... You know what? We won't make a check. Eventually, Liry comes out through one of these thin tunnels, looking left and right and taking stock of what is around them. There seems to be two options ahead in this kind of opening. Directly ahead and above, there is a hatch with a small kind of metallic-looking ladder, old, rusted, broken in places, but serviceable, that leads up to this hatch that would potentially lead you back up and onto the streets. However, in this this area that you're walking out into, you can see a deep drainage pipe that looks like it leads further beneath the town as well. Hatch up to the streets, or drainage pipe further beneath the town. Hatch or pipe? What will it be? The choice is yours. into the drainage pipe, sneaking stealthily around this tunnel corner and moving into the drainage pipe. Liry's bow kind of scraping along the top of this drainage pipe as they start moving along. It takes a little while, regardless of sort of Liry's sense of time. They start moving through this pipe network. Every now and then a rush of sewage and water moves through the system, no more than ankle deep, but it doesn't smell good a lot of the time. Every now and then there's the sense that you're closer to the surface with this muffled sounds of the town above, and then every now and then the sounds of creatures skittering like rats moving through the tunnels, and nothing more. At the far end of one of these tunnels, Liry comes to a doorway, a sort of just large looking stone door in front of them. To open the door, you will need to make me another athletics check, please. You have a +3 to this. Let's see how you did. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. No, I'm not. A 2. A failure. Behind you, there is a sucking sound. Liry glances back and sees nothing. Pushing at the door. It's going to take a little bit more of a heavy oomph than you first expected. It definitely seems like it will give, but it doesn't give immediately. What does Liry do? The choice is yours. Let's see what the options are. Take a running start and bash the door. Kick door. Use bow as leverage. Find another way quickly. Look through the keyhole. Shoot in the direction of the sound. Search for the source of the sucking noise. Alright, the choices are yours. Take a running start, bash the door, kick the door, use the bow as leverage, find another way quickly, look through the keyhole, shoot in the direction of the sound, search for the sucking sound. The choice is yours, my dear sweet chatters. Oh, it's caught between these two things. Shadow's starting to get nervous again. Take a running start or search for the sucking noise. Thank you, Shadow. He's getting nervous. Also, Jaeger, thank you for the sub to Shadow earlier on. The choice, as always, is you. Pick a running start and bash the door. Okay. This will be another athletics check, this time with advantage. You have a +3 to this check. We take the higher of the two rolls, but we'll roll 3 times, clear out the first one, then the higher of the next two. We'll take an 11. We'll ignore that. Keep going. Keep going. What was the DC here? Okay, a 12. Keep going. Keep going. A 14. All right. A 14 +3. 17. You see Liry take a few steps back, kind of battered and bruised, take a little stretch, and begin to run. That's when something squelches underfoot. Liry's foot doesn't move. As Liry looks down, there is something moving up their leg. An ooze presents itself from the water. It is time to fight. The grey ooze, which currently has you grappled. Let's roll some initiative. Start rolling D20 in the chat room. Your initiative is a +2. You currently have 9 HP of 11. And I'm going to roll for the ooze. The ooze is going on an 11. Take the second roll in the chat room. A 6. What was your initiative? +2. 8. The ooze. A pseudopod slimes out from this ooze and swings towards Liry. A 9. Liry's AC is higher than that. A 15. It slaps against the armor that Liry is wearing. Liry's wearing what? What type of armor are you wearing? Leather armor. The leathers. Oof. Liry kind of a horrified look as this thing is gripping at their foot and boot. Liry feels this thing kind of slap the armor, but it doesn't do any real damage. The armor taking the brunt of this. It is Liry's turn. Here we go. What does Liry do? So, the options are... Let's put the main options in first. You only have a longbow and a light crossbow. Fire and arrow. Close range. Disadvantage. You haven't really got anything else. You haven't got the whip. You need a melee weapon. You don't have any potions. You don't have any items, and Crown of Madness isn't going to work on this creature, right? Crown of Madness needs to be against a humanoid. Let me double check. Yeah. So, the option is now yours. Oh, you can escape the grapple with an athletics check. That is your action as well. You can't fight with a shield, no. Stomp on it. You could do an unarmed strike. Try setting the slime on fire. I can see this is going to be a thing every combat. Alright. This is your options then. Away you go. Fire an arrow at close range. You'll have disadvantage on the attack roll. Escape the grapple with an athletics check. Stomp on it with an unarmed strike. Or try setting the slime on fire. Are your options. What does Liry do against the ooze? Disgusting creature, says Liry. They were a posh accent. Escape with an athletics check. Alright. Let's go. Another athletics check today. +3 to your athletics check. Start rolling. Exclamation point roll D20 in the chat room. Not that 17, unfortunately. The next roll we take. Let's see what number you have to beat here. Okay. An 18. easily pulling free from this creature, Liry breaks free. And I'm guessing runs their maximum fucking distance away from it. Which is awkward because this is the end of the tunnel. When you escape the grapple, actually, when you're just free of the grapple, you don't disengage, right? How are rolls determined or picked? It just picks a random one. Pure lottery. Okay, so you've used your action. You have a bonus action that you've got nothing you can do with it. You have movement. You can move away from it, but it will have an attack of opportunity on you if you do so. What does Liry do? Move away. Attack of opportunity will happen. Stay put. You don't have action surge, you're level 1. You've got no potions, you've got nothing. It's a blob of slime. Really, I think this is all you can do unless you come up with something. You can't push it, you haven't got an action anymore. I think this is it. Move away or stay put. The choice is yours. Move away. Creature will get an attack of opportunity on you, but you will be away from it. Or you can stay put, where it won't get an attack of opportunity, but you'll be essentially handing over the turn. This will be the end. This is the last thing you can do on the turn. Level 1, baby. Who doesn't love level 1? Did it seem like it was a slow creature? You don't know because you didn't look for it. You just tried to run at the door. So the creature got all of this stuff going. It just, you stepped on it. Move away. Here we go. Attempting to move away, as you do so, the creature will use its reaction to try and hit you with that pseudopod. On an 18, it's going to hit you. Slaps you for 2 bludgeoning damage. If the target is wearing non-magical metal armor, its armor is partly corroded, which you're not. You take 2 bludgeoning damage, reducing your HP to 7, and will move you all the way over to the corner of the room. As far as you can get. Away from the creature. It is now the creature's turn. The creature moves its maximum movement of 10 feet. It is then going to use its action to move another 10 feet. And get here. That is the end of the creature's turn. It is now Liry's turn. What does Liry do? Move. Fire arrow. And then the rest is up to you. Shoot and run. I mean, this is kind of it, right? I guess you could move and dash. Dash will allow you to use your action to move really far away from it. The choice is yours. Do it in stages, move, fire an arrow, shoot and then run, or move and then dash. Now dash will not allow you to attack. Dash will be your action. So instead of shooting, you just run again. The movement speed is 30. The choice continues to be yours. The slime moving towards Liry now. Liry backing up against the wall, one hand on the bow. It's time to shoot and run. Here we go. Okay. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room. You have a +6 to this. So this roll. We take the second roll. We flush out the first bunch. Not that 6. We take the next roll. A 3. Watching this thing move towards them, Liry looking for weapons, for some way to deal with it, really falls only to the bow, takes the longbow from the shoulder, grabs an arrow, knocks the arrow, and as the creature is like moving forward, it's an unstable target. The arrow launches across the top of the ooze as it kind of turns into a U shape. The arrow launches past, hits the stone behind it of the floor of the sewer here, and rushes into the water and starts floating downstream. It is now time for Liry to move. So let's see. I mean, logically speaking, Liry would move as far away as they possibly can, which I'm guessing is going to be here. Skirting in front, running it. This is really the door, but we're going to say that you can get in front of it. Running in front of the door here, and getting to the other side before turning around and seeing that ooze start to move, following again Liry. It gets to here. It is once again Liry's turn. Move, fire arrow, shoot and run, move and dash. The choice is yours. Get a +2 on ranged because of the fighting style. Yeah, but that's already accounted for in the roll. Shoot and run. Okay. It's a rinse and repeat. Let's go. Start rolling. Start rolling. You have a +6 to your attack. We take the second roll, not that 11. A 4. The arrow launches. The ooze takes a bizarre shape suddenly, reacting to the arrow. The arrow strikes the water behind the ooze. Liry then runs as far away as they can sort of logically run here. 10 feet. Another 20. Down here. The ooze can get to you. Is there some way to get you further away? I think it's got you this time, has it? It would get to you either way, wouldn't it? There's no escaping it. Should have dashed. The ooze closes in. The pseudopod strikes. A 19 is going to be a hit. Deals 3 bludgeoning damage, striking Liry across the side of the thigh as they sort of attempt to move out of the way. 3 damage here. The end of the turn, you are now engaged with it again. What does Liry do? There are other options that you can make if you'd like. Disengage being one of them. Charge at the door. Try to knock it open. And kick it away. That's an unarmed strike. Alright. Move, fire an arrow, shoot and run. Now if you fire an arrow at this close, you'll have disadvantage. Moving away from it, it will get a free attack of opportunity on you. Disengage will stop that attack of opportunity from happening, but it will cost you your action to disengage from the creature. Alternatively, you can just run at the door and try and kick it open. Kicking the ooze away is going to be an unarmed strike. What's the plan? Kick it away. Alright, we're going for an unarmed strike here. So an unarmed strike is a d20. So start rolling. Exclamation point, roll d20. Then you add your strength modifier and your proficiency bonus. Anonymous has gifted a sub to Rachel. You are 2 away from spinning the wheel. Not going to take that 12, we take the second roll. The ooze becoming a problem for Liry right now. An 18. 18 is a hit. You add your strength modifier, which is a +3, and your proficiency bonus, which is a 2. So you had a +5 to this. That's a 23. It's definitely a hit. Now, the damage is 1 plus your strength modifier. So 2. You kick it. And the creature remains, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because you wanted to kick it away. We're going to see if you can push it, which is technically an action, but I'm going to let you off. A shove action. An athletics check. Please, exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room. And you have to beat a 16. So we take the second roll. You have a +3 to this. Your athletics skill is a +3. Two more subs and you can spin the wheel. That might make it better, it might make it worse. A 15 +3, you beat it. You manage to shove this thing and push it away from you. As you boot this ooze, it comes close. We see Liry just football. Pong! It makes that, you know that sound of an inflatable football? Which that was a perfect impression of, by the way. Pong! Boots it. It only gets kicked 5 feet away from you. As you boom, hit this thing, it rolls over, rolling backwards. Liry standing back, battered and bruised. Bits of glass in their hair from jumping through the thing. Bits of scaffolding, bits of rock, covered in dust from falling. Scratches, bruises. The ooze has slapped Liry a few times, looking pretty messed up. Now it is time to run, and I'm assuming run backwards as far as you can. 30 feet back to there. Right. I need to really be using... it is now the ooze's turn as it moves towards you. Bringing you back to Liry's turn. What does Liry do on their turn? Now, there is... We'll keep these options up there, to be honest. Move, fire an arrow, shoot and run, move and dash, disengage, charge at the door to try and open it, and kick it away. Now, disengage is relevant. What's it gonna be? Shoot and run. Start rolling. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room. Liry, stumbling backwards, pulls out the bow and arrow, sights the thing, grabs an arrow. Another sub. You're one sub away from spinning the wheel. Thank you, Naiko Midori, my friend. Sighting the creature. An 8. Plus 6. Plus 6. The arrow flies forward. The ooze is struck by this arrow. Let's do the damage here. It is 10 piercing damage to this creature. The arrow hits this thing. As the arrow strikes the ooze, it does kind of just hit the ooze, and the ooze keeps the arrow in it as it moves forward. But a bunch of this ooze is launched out of the back of the creature. It is reduced in size. It's very small as it struggles towards you. It's a wheel spin. So if it's not something bad. You get an item of a potion. Okay. D&D potion tables. This is a D100. A 30. You get a potion of knowledge. Now we go onto Liry's sheet, into the bio. Potion of knowledge. Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Temporarily increases int. I don't know what that means. That's just what the potion does. Now, this isn't one that is instantly used. This is a potion that appears in your pocket. The rules of this game, the way the inventory works, is you have an item slot, and that would be like a trinket that is specific. I don't know what. Some sort of mechanical trinket that works, so not like your bow and arrow and quiver and like a sword or whatever, but it would be like a specific weird trinket that you might get. You have a potion slot, one potion. You can hold a potion. A magic item, a second magic item, and then a scroll slot, which is how you're casting spells. So you have a potion, you don't have to use it immediately. Some on the spin wheel, some of them are instant potions. This is just a potion appears in Liry's satchel as she sort of as they move backwards. The creature, however, continues to move towards you on your turn. Did you do movement? You did, right? How is it that you're not moving far enough back anymore? Surely you're far enough back. Or was this the end of its turn? Because you shot and didn't move. You get to move again, right? That's why. Creature gets closer. Presumably you're shooting again. So, because you're not going to want to waste the potion right now. Roll d20. Let's see if you can hit the creature. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room. You have a +6 to your attack roll. Let's see if you can kill it. An 8. But we want the second roll. A 9. That is a hit. Here we go. Damage. Sighting this thing up, Liry, we see them kind of knock the arrow and let out a breath as the arrow strikes the ooze. The ooze is defeated. Gaining XP right now. 100 XP gained. 200 XP right now, of 300 to level up. Avoiding the ooze, moving around the ooze awkwardly, and heading back towards the door. Let's get an athletics check, see if you can open it. A running strike at the door. You have advantage. We'll take the second roll. Cheesio, thank you for the 8 months. And fuck it, we'll just take the second roll of whatever comes up. For the sake of brevity, a 10, next roll. Can you beat a 10? Thank you very much, Insta Rage. Gifting. 3 more subs for a wheel spin. A 9. And you have +3 to this, so it was a 13 because we take the 10, not the 9. Which is the number you needed to beat. You rush up to this door and as you push it, it slides open. The sounds of the town on the other side, the sounds of the thunderstorm. As you look out across Badgerbrook. Let's have a stealth check to finish off here as you step out back into Badgerbrook. Let's do a stealth check for Liry. Now you have a +2 to your stealth checks. Thank you, Darkinza. That resub. How you doing, my friend? Not that 13. We'll take the second roll here. 2 more subs. Resubs count. 2 more subs if you want to spin a wheel. A 5. Liry steps out into the streets of Badgerbrook. Feet finding purchase on a broken cobblestone road. Andy, thank you so much for the sub. 1 more for a wheel spin. Taking a look around. Night still clear. The rain still coming down from the storm. You don't feel like you're as close to the main area of town as you were. You're definitely coming out somewhere, and you get the sense that you're up towards the top of town rather than towards the bottom or whatever. You see Liry take a few glances about, and a voice says,
"Oh, haven't seen that door open in a long time."
I'm going to spin the wheel. And you teleport. After all of that. That's D&D, baby. That's D&D. Oh, fuck it. We got to end there, right? That's got to be the end. Guys, that's incredible. What an ending. Incredible. The entire thing was a chase through the streets of Badgerbrook. The terrible rolls, to be honest, from you guys in the chat room today. Step away for 1 minute, I know, Lauren. Wow, I would say this is how it feels when you're playing D&D sometimes and you get rolls like that. You just have these horrible rolls throughout the entire thing, just struggling to climb up that scaffolding, falling into the hole, leaping into the hole, just damaged, battered and bruised. I've been watching Daredevil as well, and he spends the entire first season exactly like this. It was so appropriate. Just broken, just limping, escaping and moving away from the dwarves in the tunnels, again, avoiding them just. By the way, when they caught you, I was going to have you fight them. But again, yeah, like a sequence of disasters actually led to you not having to fight them, but, you know, just all these other different consequences that came up. Into the sewers. You start moving through these sewers. I knew that there was going to be creatures in here, but whether you ran into them or whether you didn't was going to be entirely down to the decisions you made or the rolls and stuff. I feel like choosing to ignore the sucking sound coming up behind you and instead running backwards to do a running thing, I was like, I feel like 100% it's behind you. I told you it was behind you. You step in it. It fucking grabbed you. You then have this, what should really be quite easy for someone to avoid, this ooze that can only move 10 foot per turn. But, you know, again, just awkward to get around it. It's got you kind of pinned into a corner, awkwardly moving around it. It beats you a couple times. You just about get away from it. Fire arrows into it till it's dead. Gain the XP. Break out. Finally, you've escaped the guards. You've escaped the ooze. You're out of the tunnels. You're back where you started, back at the top of Badgerbrook, ready to sneak through town and take up the quest of finding the resistance. And immediately, of course, you teleport away. Oh. Wow. That's D&D, baby. This one's a real D&D campaign. You guys are playing a real D&D campaign right now. The Legend of Gary was... Every D&D campaign is a real D&D campaign. Every TTRPG is a real TTRPG. But when I say real, I mean realistic. Like, it's real. You've got... The Legend of Gary was just comical and silly and absolutely insane. Whereas this one feels so legit. It feels so legit. The way that this one has worked out, both the sessions that we've done of it so far, is amazing. Yeah, really cool. And still really no closer to finding the resistance. The reason that Liry is here is to find the resistance and take that quest. How far away will you teleport? Are you going to be in town? Are you going to be outside of town? Are you going to be even further than that? I think we'll figure out at the beginning of next week what happens on that teleport first, and we'll randomize it to see just how far away you teleport, and then we'll see what the consequences of that teleportation might be. I think there's a lot of ways that this could go. Super interesting, super fun. A slightly shorter session than I was planning on doing today, but I think that's the best point to end at. Sometimes you just, as a DM, you got to take the best ending point, and I'm all about it. Sometimes you just got to be like, it's got to be there. That's the ending. That's the cliffhanger. If you were watching this as a TV show, Liry, they finally open the door. They hear a voice behind them, and then they just vanish, you know? It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed playing. I hope you enjoyed watching or listening or whatever you've been doing. I really enjoy this. I've really been having fun with this every week. Sometimes I dread streaming, and sometimes I sort of dread the fact that this is a little more difficult for me to run than, you know, just playing Star Wars or something. But once we get into it, and once it starts rolling, and once the adventure starts presenting itself and laying out a game in front of us, my God, is it fun? It's so interesting to see how it works out. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it. I definitely have. Stay tuned this week. We've got some stuff coming up on Table Story as well. If you like D&D, or you've enjoyed listening to this, then Table Story is a D&D channel that is co-run by me and a couple of other streamers that you can tune in and watch. Let me just see. You can watch that on Table Story. There is a Pathfinder show on Mondays called Gatewalkers that you can watch. There is a D&D 5e show on Tuesdays run by me that you can watch as well, called Cura. And this Friday, I believe, we have what we're calling
The Last Shill Show.
I'll see you tomorrow for Star Wars Outlaws. If you want to watch that, I'll see you then. Otherwise, I'll see you next week for more D&D. We do this on Sundays only. This is for VOD watchers, but this is every Sunday we run D&D sessions here on my channel for you to play in. And I'll see you next week for more of The Legend of Liry. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for playing. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.